diplomatic relations with communist China, because anyone else who tried to do that, if anyone else been president, they would have been accused of being soft on communism, probably by Nixon. Okay? But since he was a lifelong anti-communist, his anti-communist credentials were so strong, only he could open up relations with China. And so what that, in fact, is telling you is that you can do something, and apparently you become a hero if you do something that's the opposite of what people assumed you're going to do your whole life. Okay? So first of all, I'm obliged to assume, because your consultant tells you not to tell me what you're going to do. And then, if you do the opposite of what everyone assumes you're going to do, you're a big political hero, and you're the only one who can do it because the assumption goes the other way, and you can join up with the other side and triangulate. That's a problem also. There's several steps between me and these ideas that I want, and yet it gets even worse than that, because our decisions today are not made by these names that I find in the voting booth. They are made by unelected bureaucrats who are empowered by the names in the voting booth. And as you guys probably know, the ultimate authority on this concept is Friedrich Hayek in The Road to Serfdom, where he speaks, or he writes eloquently about how when government was doing small, simple things like making bank robbery and homicide against the law, you could actually have a legislature follow along with this and vote and know what they were doing. But when you have a government that decides how your car has to work, what kind of light bulbs you can have, what kind of medical procedures you're going to have, how much you have to pay your employees, whom you have to let into your respective bathrooms, when you have a government that does things like this, what they inevitably do, and Hayek's predictions have come so true and scary, what they inevitably do is simply delegate this authority to unelected people. And that's what our government does all the time. I have heard in the last 6 months 100 separate major changes in the policy of the United States government, 0 of which went through Congress. We've got new food regulations, new banking regulations. They just announced this because the government bureaucracy decided that. The people I vote for didn't decide. So it's not even that I have to be in the majority and that I don't know what these people are going to do. One thing they do is turn over the authority to make these decisions. And the idea that democracy somehow protects me in this is frankly absurd. If I need a hip replacement and the government-run medical bureaucracy decides that I'm too old and I should just die, none of the people that I voted for or didn't vote for are making that decision. Some bureaucrats making that decision, and I am nothing but a vassal at his feet, begging him to grant me the boon of letting me get the medical procedure that I want. And if he says no, what vote can I cast in the next election that's going to affect that 1 inch? And the answer is there is nothing at all. Okay? So democracy is a million miles from delivering on the things that it's supposed to deliver on. And when I tell people that I'm against democracy, they say, well, what do you want, a dictatorship? I don't want any such thing. And it tells a lot about the condition of our education today in the United States, that people assume that these are only 2 items on the menu. You're either going to have a democracy or we're going to have a dictatorship. That's it. That's what the 2 choices are. The fact is, I think that there is another choice that's right under our noses. It's so obvious. And it's called capitalism. And when I tell people that, they say that that's apples and oranges. That capitalism is an economic system and democracy is a political system, and there's 2 completely different things. And I beg to differ. I don't think that's the case at all. I think that's a complete misunderstanding of what's happening here. Capitalism is both political and economic, and democracy is both political and economic. There are 2 different mechanisms for making decisions in society. So if I want to use an incandescent light bulb in my house and the Congress votes to make incandescent light bulbs illegal, That is an economic decision that's being made through a political body. In the capitalist model, everyone gets to decide what to do with their own resources. So instead of having one decision, we have millions and millions of decisions, and it works a lot better. First off, because in capitalism, every vote counts. Just what doesn't happen in democracy. Okay? I don't have to be in the majority. In capital, whatever I am free to decide in a capitalistic model, I'm free to decide. And I couldn't care less what the majority thinks. Do you think I care what car the majority wants me to drive? What light bulb the majority wants me to have? What clothing the majority thinks I should be wearing? The majority means absolutely nothing to me. Every vote counts in capitalism. We vote with our dollars. And it's amazing how good they are at serving everybody's individual needs. If I like strawberry ice cream and I don't like pistachio ice cream, you know what happens? They make a little bit more strawberry ice cream and a little bit less pistachio ice cream for me, just for me. And I know that because they never have it left over. I mean, since at the end of the year, do you think they just take the extra strawberry ice cream and just throw it in a ditch?
There's no government strawberry like government cheese.
Yeah, they don't waste 1 ounce of ice cream. Every single bit of it is going to the person who wants, and they adjust how they make it. And in fact, as capitalism has advanced, these kinds of choices have become much more specified and much more finely tuned. I can remember when Coca-Cola was a single product. I can remember when orange juice was a single product. You either got orange juice or you didn't get orange juice. Now they've got with pulp, without pulp, half pulp, they've got calcium, or they've got diet orange juice. I've seen low-calorie orange juice. And not to mention, milk used to be it was milk, and that was it. Okay? All of these things get more and more finely tuned as in a capitalist marketplace, they try to serve the needs of absolutely everybody. Okay? That actually delivers what Roosevelt and Churchill promised to do, and democracy failed to deliver because it can't deliver. And the argument against it is that it's not fair that the rich guy has more votes than the poor guy. That here's a rich guy with millions and millions of dollars. If you're voting with your dollars, he's got more votes. But that's not true. It actually is fair for 2 reasons. First of all, because his votes in capitalism don't outweigh my votes. Okay? If Bill Gates is worth, was it $70 billion or something? Bill Gates has got so much more money than I do, it's not even close. Okay? And if he totally loves pistachio ice cream, he can get $1 billion worth of pistachio ice cream and feed it to everybody around the world if he wanted to. It in no way interferes with my choice. I can still take my $3 and get a carton of strawberry ice cream, and he's no way blocked that. So unlike democracy, there are no losers in this capitalist democracy. Moreover, the overall number of votes that you get is based on a previous election. Why does Bill Gates have more money than I do? Because he satisfied more customers than I have. Okay? These dollars that we vote for in the earlier election, you got the dollars based on how you satisfied the needs of other people. Okay? And then you get to spend them on getting your needs satisfied. It's actually way fairer than the democratic system. Moreover, there is the not insignificant issue of knowledge.